All right, let's dive into a question that I think many of us have felt the answer to in our hearts, but now science is actually exploring it in the lab. And that is, just how powerful is that connection between our pets and our mental well-being?
You know that feeling, right? That immediate sense of calm when your cat curls up on your lap or your dog just rests its head on your knee. But is that just a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling, or is there something deeper going on? Well, the science says absolutely yes. In fact, get this. A pretty groundbreaking study from Washington State University found that it only takes 10 minutes. Seriously, just 10 minutes of petting or playing with a cat or a dog can create a significant, measurable physiological change in your body's stress levels. And that's why you see these Pet Your Stress Away programs popping up at universities all over the place. These aren't just a fun little break for students. They're a direct response to a very real need for stress management. And the science shows they actually work. So the big question is how? What's really happening inside our bodies?
So what is going on inside us during those 10 minutes? Well, it all comes down to a really fascinating shift in our brain chemistry. It's this incredible 1-2 punch. On one hand, your cortisol levels, that's your body's primary stress hormone, they start to drop. And at the exact same time, your brain gets this amazing boost of something called oxytocin.
And that right there explains why that connection feels so deeply comforting. Your brain is getting a natural dose of the love hormone, a chemical that literally makes you feel safe, bonded, and more connected. It's basically the chemistry of trust. And look, this isn't just one isolated study. We're talking about a massive review of 69 different studies, and they all confirm these effects across a huge range of people. We see it everywhere, from lowering blood pressure in stressed-out couples to seriously reducing feelings of loneliness in the elderly. The evidence is it's overwhelming.
So, okay, we've got these powerful chemical changes happening in our brains and bodies. But how does that actually translate into our real lived experiences? Especially for people who are really struggling with their mental health. This quote from a recent study of young adults just says it all. For Ava, the simple physical act of petting her cat became a tool. It was an anchor for her. It literally helped her get a handle on her own breathing and pull herself out of a panic attack in that moment.
And a huge reason this works is the kind of support they offer. Think about it. An animal doesn't ask you to explain yourself. There's zero pressure to talk or justify how you're feeling. They just offer this quiet, unconditional comfort, which can be the exact thing you need in a moment of crisis. And for some people, this bond is nothing short of life-saving. That sense of responsibility, that connection to another living being who truly depends on you, that can become an incredibly powerful reason to keep going. It becomes what researchers call a protective factor when other reasons are really hard to find.
But here's where it gets even more interesting. The benefits don't just stop with our internal chemistry. They actually ripple outward, affecting our daily routines, our habits, and even our relationships with other people. So let's check out that ripple effect.
This study on university students really shows that ripple effect so well. It starts on the inside, right? With our emotional state. That then branches out into being better at recognizing our own feelings and the feelings of others. And then, that internal change ripples outward, making our relationships with friends and family stronger.
So how does that work? Well, think about it. Pets are total social icebreakers. They give you an easy way to talk to strangers. They give your days a routine, a reason to get out of bed in the morning. They give you that sense of purpose we just talked about. They encourage you to get outside and walk, and they really anchor you in the present moment.
And this quote from Lu Yuan is a perfect example of that social catalyst effect in action. For them, a shared love for animals became a bridge. It didn't just start a conversation, it actually deepened a friendship over time. How cool is that?
So yeah, when you put it all together, from the hormonal shifts in our brain to the way we interact with the world, the positive impact of the human-animal bond it's undeniable, it's real, and it's scientifically measurable.
Which leads us with this one last pretty incredible question to think about. If just 10 minutes can have this much of an impact, what's the cumulative, lifelong power of having that loyal companion by your side day after day, year after year? It's really something to think about.